Let's get this party started. Okay, guys, so Work With Me Zooms is where I started Instagram. So go to your phone. If you are on your phone and you're not actually where you can work on a second device, I go straight to Instagram. And what I do is I spend 10 minutes in Instagram. What I do on Instagram is I simply do 3, 2, 1s. And what a 3, 2, 1 means is I will go, there's 2 different ways that I do this. I will go and look and watch and see who's following my stories, and I will 3, 2, 1 them. 3, 2, 1 simply means I go and heart 3 of their pictures. I go and comment on 2 of them, and I go and I comment on 1 of their stories. Okay, let's not overthink this. Maybe there is not where you could 3, 2, 1 them that much, but I promise you, when I start 3, 2, 1ing people, that's when they start following me back. So maybe, and this is where so I'm putting y'all to work and I'm telling you how I do it. I 3, 2, 1 people. Say for instance that I go and 3, 2, 1 Kara, and Kara hasn't made a post in 6 months. Guess what? I'm deleting her. I'm not following her anymore. I do not care if she's not made a post in 6 months. I don't need her on my feed. I need active people. So when you are following people, they should be active on your Instagram if they're taking up your space. Another way that I go in 3, 2, 1 people is I go to people that I'm following. And we will talk about that here in a minute of where I find my followers. But I go and I go to following. Where do I find this? You simply just go down to your little person down here at the bottom, you click it, and then you go up here where it says following. I click that button. The next thing it's going to do is it's going to show you those 2 little arrows right there. I click those little arrows and I sort it by the latest. So that is the newest people that I've started following on Instagram. So I either go right here and I start 3, 2, 1 and these folks. These are all the new people that I just started following. The second thing I do is I go and see who's following my stories. If they're a non-thriver, that I go from there. Guys, if you'll mute your phone, I can mute y'all. I got you. If you have a question, it is better for you just to ask me, unmute yourself and ask, than it is to type it in the chat, because I'm working with y'all. So time has started. Get your booties in gear and start 3, 2, 1ing. If you have a question, just unmute. There's no wrong question, guys. I'm showing you what I do and how I work my business in a 30-minute increment. I'll be damned if it's not going to start raining, is it? And can y'all hear me okay? Just shake your head. Okay, good. You know, I used to overthink, I'll be honest with y'all while you're working. I used to overthink, oh my gosh, 3, 2, 1, that's so much, that's too much, nope. I have learned that it actually works better because people, they're like, oh, she's super interested. And then boom, next thing you know, they're following me back. Do you think we're going to have to move if it starts raining?
What did you say the 2 and 1 was?
Okay, so the 3, so you'll go and heart like 3 comments. The 2 and then the 2 is actually making a comment under their post, either their reel that they have or just a post that they have. You'll go make a comment, and then the 1 is going up and going into their stories. And again, sometimes there are people that just don't have all 3, but I try my hardest and dangest to do it.
So what do you do in their stories?
Like if they have a story active, I go and make a comment on their story.
Okay.
So like this girl right here, I'm going to go and like 3 of her posts. I'm going to go comment on 2 of her pictures, and she has an active story. So I'm going to go comment on her story. That's what you do. In a perfect world, everybody's going to have that for you to do. In a non-perfect world, here we are. Another thing that's, so when I'm working my Instagram, it's a threefold for me. If somebody I'm following has 20,000 followers and they followers, right? And they only follow like 200, I'm I'm not following them anymore. They're never going to follow me. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go find some rock star person that already thinks they know everything. I am looking for people that are like me and you, that don't have a lot of followers, that are willing to follow me back. So I learned that the hard way. People that have that many followers are not necessarily going to follow you back. So don't waste your time on that. Last tip as our time is going, is this is quality over quantity. Let me just say that again. Quality over quantity. In 10 minutes, I only knock out 4 3-2-1s, just so you know. I do not sit here and I don't just throw shit at the wall to see what sticks, guys. I am legit. I'm genuine. I try to make connections. This is not something that's just, it's not trying to do 100 different things. If you are 3-2-1ing people and you are seeing who you're following and you unfollow and you do the things, mark my words, it will start working for you. Little by little, you'll start getting followers. Little by little, you'll start developing relationships. And then these people are going to start showing up in your feed and in your stories for you to do more interactions with. Because ultimately, we're wanting them to go on our reach out list, right? We're wanting them to come back and talk to us so that they will end up on our follow-up list. And I highly encourage you that if you work in Instagram, what I do is, if it is somebody that I have a follow-up or a reach out with on Instagram, I go and put a dash beside it and I put IG. So I know that, because, you know, people's usernames on Instagram are crazy.
Hi, how are you? Hanging in there. Huh? Where am I?
No, Charlotte, it's not tequila. It's a seltzer. Thank you very much. I just wanted to make sure that I liked it before I got it. Haha. All right, y'all hear that? That's my fun little alarm. Let me turn it up. Oh, y'all can't hear it because y'all are on my headset. Never mind, I was just kidding. Okay, next thing I do, finish up that comment. Now I go and follow 10 people a day. Lindsay, how do you follow people? Here's what I do. I go down here to this little magnifying glass. I press it and see at the top, I search. I search my church. I search new boutiques in my area. I search gyms in my area. I search places that I'm going. I'm in Colorado right now. We're going to go to Wyoming. We're going a lot of different places. So I'm going to type in the places that we're going this weekend, and I'm going to start following people that are there, that have tagged themselves into the places that I'm going to. So I'm going to Cheyenne Frontier Days. So I'm going to type that in and I'm going to start finding people. Just like right now, I'm at Colorado Brewing Company. I can type in Colorado Brewing Company, and anybody that's been here that's tagged themselves in, I could go and start following, Because guess what? That could legitly mean that they're my jam because they're here too and they're sipping on drinks and they could totally be somebody that I connect with. If you're wanting to keep it in your local area, type in any of your restaurants, any of the church that you go to, the places that you shop, the gyms. People tag themselves in, and that gives you the opportunity. We're all on Instagram, Sheila. That gives you the opportunity to know what to do. Sir. Ten. I only follow 10. And let me just tell y'all right now, I do not, under any circumstances, focus on anything about them. I just click 10 people and I move on. Because you want to know why? Tomorrow, when I go to 321 them, I can focus more on who they are, what they're about, and all the things. Okay. I just don't spend too much time overthinking it. I used to do that. And then Lindsay Coggins' tip that she said is just do it. You can always unfollow somebody. It's not a freaking big deal. So, all right, we're going to move on because that should not take you more than a minute or two. Next thing I do, now I go and make my post on Instagram. Maybe it's time for your second reel. Maybe it's time, it's freaking raining and all my stuff is getting wet. Maybe it's time that you need to make a post or a story. I'm going to go make a story because I'm not ready for my reel yet. So I'm going to make a story and just say that you can work. So you can legit work from anywhere. We are sitting at Colorado Brewing Company, having us some appetizers and a drink and working with the Great White Squad. Okay, so that's literally what I do right there. Having us some appetizers and a drink. And I'm going to transcribe it right now. Sometimes my stuff works when I transcribe, sometimes it doesn't. So I put that there. That's going to be my story so that people know you can work and do anything. And I'm going to post that. All right, let's go. Move on. Get over. You're done with Instagram. We're going to move over. This is legitly how I work. If you've ever done a work with me on Wednesday mornings, you know. Next thing we do is we are moving over to Facebook world. Facebook is simple. It's easy. We love it. We know how to do it, right? Facebook. We're going to spend 10 minutes. One of two things I do. I don't really 321 people on my Facebook. I just don't. I don't need to do that. What I do is I make custom conscious comments, which is a reach out. I go up into stories and I get into their messenger and ask them what they're doing, how their dress is, this and that. And I see who's following me, who is watching my stories, and I go and I make a comment on their stuff. 10 minutes, this is what you do. If you've not done your birthday messages, this is time to do your birthday messages. So ready, set, go. Your time has started. Is this yours or mine, honey? Oh my God, those Brussels sprouts are on point. Can you give me some of those fries? Sweet lime is what it tastes like. Okay. Yeah, I'm hoping that it holds out. Sorry. We were just talking about the rain, making sure it doesn't pour down on me and my computer. I will say in this 10 minutes that I work this, I do not post on my Thrivers post. I save that for later. I do not post on my Thrivers post. I do my Thrivers now 5 minutes a day because I had a come to Jesus at my retreat where I do need to be, paying attention to them, but I do not do that in my work sesh. This is income producing activity. This is me only commenting on new potential professional friend maker. Got it? Give me a head nod if you understand the assignment. Thank you. If y'all have any questions, please feel free to unmute and just ask. While y'all are working, y'all could be saying a prayer right now that it's raining in Texas because we're in a bad way. And I just got an alert that it might start raining there. So just pray while you're working. So if you're scrolling your Facebook and you're like, oh crap, it's all Thrivers. That's you, boo-boo. That's you not doing your algorithms correctly, which is why it is super duper important. That is why I'm teaching you how to do these 30-minute segments. This is what I do and how I work my business. First thing in the morning, I do this. Around lunchtime, I answer all my messages, and then I do another 30-minute power sesh. And then right now, I'll do an evening power sesh. And then right before bed, I'll do about 5 to 10 minutes of messages and messenger so that I can wake up to something. But keep it going. We are still at, you still got 2.5 minutes. Remember, Facebook is she's our boo thing. Like, it's easy. She is an easy peasy one to do. And super simple for me to be making comments because it's possibly raining in our area. So people are like all over my Facebook right now. while we're working, I'm going to give a shout out to Amy. Amy quit her job and she is officially a full-time thriver, grandma, mompreneur, all the things. This woman, this biche said it last week that she was going to do it, and she freaking did it last night. So hella freaking hallelujah to her. I am so excited. Just going to give a shout out. Sorry, I came across your post, Amy, so I did shout you. So for me, in the 10 minutes when I'm doing my Instagram, or I'm sorry, when I'm doing my Facebook, I do like 5 minutes of messages in Messenger, and then there's our timer. And then I do 5 minutes of just doing my feed and making comments under my feed, because I am in my stories all day, every day. Like, that's just who I am. But not everybody is, right? So make sure you're going both directions. All right, guess what? Now we're going to go and work 5 minutes in our groups. I only work my groups one time a day for 5 minutes, period. End of discussion. It doesn't matter. 5 minutes, one time a day is how I roll. We're going to go spend 5 minutes in our group. Y'all, we've had a bajillion trainings in boot camp about groups and what you do and how you work them and all the things. So if you have any questions, just unmute. But at this point, you should be able to go straight to your group. You should be able to, my 2 new leads every single day, 8 times out of 10 are from my groups, period, in the discussion. Every once in a while, it'll be like a new friend request that I just found on Facebook, but 8 times out of 10, it is 2 new people that I add from my groups. Why? Because one of my I am statements is, well, let me just read it out loud to y'all, because I've already worked my groups today, so I can talk to y'all while y'all are doing that. And if you get easily distracted with talking, sorry. My I am statement: I am signing a new go-getter promoter from my Instagram and Facebook groups, proving to myself that learning new things will work. That is one of my I am statements, because that's where I want my next rock star to be from, is one of my groups and from Instagram. Because I want strangers. Like, I want stranger danger. I don't want friends and family to thrive under me anymore. I'm over that shit. $1 million tip. If your notifications are starting to blow up because people are commenting back to you and your messenger is blowing up because people, my 10 minutes that I work this is not me messaging people back. It is only me head down making those custom conscious comments, head down making those 3, 2, 1s. That is stuff that I go back to. Do you understand how important it is to stay in it for the 5 minutes, the 10 minutes, whatever time frame it is that works for you, and not get, how easy is it for you to go click that notification and get lost in that? That's not what this is about. This is a 30-minute work. And then you, if you choose to, and you have the time after this, go and comment. If not, put your phone down and come back in 2 hours before you go to bed, make your comments, and you're done.
Hey, do you guys ever feel, I notice when I've been working in my groups that I go to friend people and it keeps giving me this alert saying that since I don't know them. Has anybody gotten that yet?
Mm-mm.
I've had it all last week and this week.
I haven't, because I take my comment. If I friend them, I always take it into Messenger. That's just how I do it. So what I do is like, I'll like their picture or comment under their thing, and then I'll take it into Messenger, because mine is a food group and a weight loss group. And I'll be like, oh my gosh, your transformation looks amazing. Charlotte said she has had that come up in a couple of times. So must be something new that Facebook's doing. But mine I always bring into Messenger, and then we have a chat back and forth, and then I press the friend. So maybe, I don't
Maybe
know.
that way. Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, you got another minute and a half to wrap up your group. All right, let's wrap that up. Now, guess what we do? We're going and making our post. Make your evening post, whatever that is. If maybe it is you need to ask a interaction question. So maybe, do you sleep with your socks on or off? Do you like Coke or Diet Coke? Like, do you, I don't know, go to Pinterest and find an interaction post to get you some comments that are going to get your algorithms up. I've already, obviously my Instagram stories feed over to my Facebook stories. So I've already done that. But I want you to go make your post. I'm going to give you a quick second, because I'm just trying to think of some wording real quick. For my post.
I just did an interactive post too, you guys. And, one that I feel like is always super simple and easy to get a lot of comments on is, what are you watching on Netflix? Like, I just finished watching Stranger Things. Like, I know a lot of people probably like that show, but now I'm like, okay, I'm done with this. What am I going to watch next? Because in the evenings when my husband comes home, like, that's what we do, is our time together, is we sit down and we watch an episode of something on TV. So those are things that can really get a lot of comments on. People love to give their opinions of everything. So it could literally be anything, but I love the whole Netflix post, because I know, one, it's going to be beneficial for me because I am going to find new things to watch, but two, everybody watches Netflix. If you don't, then I don't know what's wrong with you.
Amen. Amen. One of my memories from a year or two ago was, name a food that you flat out refuse to eat. Like, go on Pinterest and find interactive posts. I'm telling you right now, there's some that are a flop, and then there's some that just don't. So make sure that you make your posts. So here's the thing. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't give a shit if it's true or not. What I do know is that you, if you do all of your comments and you do all of your stuff, and then you make your post after, algorithm states that you can see it sooner. So you legit just did 30 minutes. This is exactly how I roll. This is what I do. This is important for you to learn and do morning, noon, and night. I promise you, I know that you're sitting here thinking, well, that's an hour and a half of my time. You should be working this business 2 hours a day in the nooks and crannies of your day. Why? Because you'll never level up. It is what it is. It's hard to do. We were at the Garden of the Gods, most gorgeous part and I'm like, Gigi, get your ass in the car. We got to leave. Like, I got to go get Wi-Fi service. Like, I stopped what I was doing to make sure that I got on here. I worked with y'all. I did what I needed to do. As soon as I'm off of here, I have 30 minutes of magic happening now in my Instagram and in my Facebook, so that tonight when we get to our hotel room and everybody's in bed and life is happening, I have 30 minutes that I can make up all of those comments, and I can go and put a couple of more into Messenger to wake up to something in the morning. This is what I do every single day. So I hope that this just gave you an insight of how I work my business and how, you know, we all work our businesses differently. But I think that 30-minute increments, especially in the morning and in the evening, is imperative for your business. Imperative. Lunchtime, I know if you only get a 30-minute lunch, that doesn't make sense, but you should be using at least 12 minutes of your lunch to be making your custom conscious comments. So guys, with that, I hope you have a great evening. Thank you all for making the mandatory Zoom a part of your day. And I saw some pop-up things that maybe somebody put in our page, so you better get busy, boos. All right, talk to y'all soon. Bye, guys.